people in the community that come forward to be volunteers aren't coaxed to do so in any way. They come of their own free will. They do come from all walks of life.
Expectations of being a befriender. Half of me didn't know what to expect at all, but the other half, I did want to feel like I was using my time for a better purpose.
I found I was missing out in people contact. When this befriending chance came along, I thought, well, it could help me along my way, and it certainly has.
My name is Bill Duff. I live in Montefieth, which lies approximately 7.5 miles north of the city of Dundee. With my wife, in actual fact, dying of cancer, it left a huge gap. Very difficult to know quite what to do with all your spare time. Being part of the Montefieth Befriending scheme has really been good for me. It has helped me to be able to think I'm helping someone else. That's a good feeling. Ah, you've got your chair.
Yeah, today, and then I had the fire brigade this morning because I burnt the bloody toast. Right. So I've had the morning of it, I'm telling you.
So you burnt the toast and brought the fire brigade running?
Because that alarm was very, thing made it go off very easy.
As a volunteer visiting George, I've become aware that his situation is one that offers very limited social contact for him. And that's where the volunteer can offer something further, I think, to George who's isolated. You can offer an ear to listen to George's stories, perhaps some of his worries and his concerns. What I noticed when I came in was that they've cut the grass in front of all the other little flats in the sheltered housing area here, but they haven't cut yours.
I don't know why they cut that one.
I think the warden should be making a phone call for you to the council.
Oh, she will do.
In preparation for carrying out the befriending role, the local befriending organisation offered a 6-week training. The odd one or two thought, why do we need training just to go and visit someone? But the training, in fact, it became self-evident during the training that there's a lot more to it than just simply going in and talking, such as observing the person's health if they're deteriorating, if his ankles are puffed up or he's more breathless than normal. These things come out in conversation, and I can listen carefully to what he's saying and perhaps feed that back through the befriending scheme.
Well, he takes me out in the car and I want to go anywhere. When we were going for the orthopaedic chair, got in the lift, you know, the old antiquated lift, and Bill says, "This reminds you of the Godfather, does it?" I said, "I never like that." Sometimes if you've got friends, they can go stale on you because you see them so often, you know, you run out of what to say to them. But with a friend, they're just coming in fresh every week, you've always got something new to ask or something new to do. You get ones with heat and massage and everything.
It looks pretty good. Is that just what you're looking for then, you reckon?
Yeah.
Some of the stories that George relates to you are both interesting and also quite funny, and also quite sad too, because he worked at the time where the jute mills were a very large part of the industry in Dundee, and it's that very occupation that has left him with serious health problems.
This used to be a little lane, long wind. It wasn't like this, it was only a little wind come up there, long wind. And then,
the commitment in the early stages left you feeling a bit apprehensive because you really couldn't be sure how well you were going to get on with someone. So I think probably George would be apprehensive, as was I. But it has been relatively easy to get to know George, but that's because George is such a good talker. I think you and I get on really pretty well.
Yeah, we got on pretty well.
Yeah, because we're never
Never argued.
stuck for sort of good conversation.
Yeah, we're not getting married, mind you.
I live in Airth near Falkirk. I moved to Falkirk about 2 years ago now. I originally come from Pontefract in West Yorkshire, near Leeds. The Befriending's helped me since I've moved up here really because I didn't know that many people. It's meant that I'm not stuck in the house all the time and I'm using my time for something useful. Befriending has introduced me to other befrienders and also introduced me to Laura.
I come from Cameron, I'm 15. In my house, my mum's always in pain, she can't hardly do anything, so I've mostly got to do things around the house. And my stepdad can't do it, so I've got to mostly do that, and my little brother can't do some things, so I've got to do some of the things for him. I don't want to hang about with my friends 24/7. I want to get a break from my friends and a break from my family and that, and just go out and talk to someone.
Having a befriender for Laura, it opens up a lot of things that she wouldn't otherwise be able to do. Like other children, she doesn't get the same opportunities, whereas their parents might be able to take them to the pictures. She can't get out and about the same as other children do. So it just means that she's got something to talk about with her friends and she can say that she's been there and done that and bought the t-shirt and done everything that they've done. I pick Laura up from a parent's house or sometimes from a relative's house. We've already pre-arranged what we're going to do. At the end of the last meeting, we just talk about what we might like to do. We meet every 2 weeks on the same day, so she knows when we're going to go out.
Yeah, Mum knows.
Okay. We're just going to go bowling. Right. We'll be back about 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay, bye. See you later.
Do you want some tomato sauce?
We'll go bowling and maybe pick up something to eat as well. We'd look out for deals and things like that, like 2 games of bowling and you can get something to eat as well. Any out-of-pocket expenses are all funded by the Befriending project. I pay for anything initially while we're out on our outings, or anywhere we go, and then I just reclaim my expenses.
But if we can't find anything, we'll just go see that anyway.
Whilst we're out, we'll just talk about what we want to do next time, or if she's got any ideas. If she hasn't, I'll maybe suggest something and see which way she's swayed towards.
When I first met Jenny, it was pretty confusing and I was a little shy and I didn't know what I was going to say in that, but since I've got to know her a lot better, I've been able to say things to her and tell her things. My life has changed a little bit because I've got to know her a lot and go out places with someone different, and later on in life I think it would help me to get along the road and that with my mum being so ill and that, so I would think it would help me.
My name's Frank. I live in Haddington, which is the capital town of East Lothian.
In Spanish?
Yes. I'm learning Spanish.
Is that just Steve Dad?
It's a few hours a week. I've been doing that since about November. But the befriending is quite a big part of my life at the moment. I do enjoy it. I was finding that I missed contact with people. I was a charge nurse for quite a few years, but I had to retire because of back problems. When this befriending chance came along, I thought it could help me along my way, and it certainly has. It's given me more confidence, and it lets me realise that I've still got quite a bit I can give out to people.
I'm Jimmy Wald. I stay at North Berwick. I used to stay on the farms, but until just recently, when I lost my eyesight, and that was my job, had to finish, and I was moved down to where I stay now, which is in the middle of a council scheme. Frank will come down, say a Monday lunchtime or so, after his lessons or wherever he's been. Oh, great. Hello, Mr. Bald.
His mother's always there in the corner. I mean, she's his sort of eyes in the house and she's a helper.
Good. Yeah.
Quite often we just sit there. I believe you got some news for me.
Aye, things have been happening as far as going to the gym is concerned.
Right. He just enjoys talking. He tells me who's been to see him, if he's got anything coming up.
But my licence is in Swansea, so we'll have to notify Swansea that they take the points.
What did they take your licence off you for?
They reckoned I couldn't drive when I was blind. But I reckoned I could drive better when I was blind than I could before.
Well, I couldn't see, but you can still drive. Yeah. To begin with, I think he thought there was more sympathy in my way of being for him, and possibly it was to start with, because we're roughly the same age, and I was putting myself in his position of losing sight. But we really did get a trust with each other. He's got to trust me.
Planned today?
No, just whichever you want to do. Like having a befriender, I've been able to get out and about a lot more than what I did before. It's like it gives you the extra confidence just to be with the person, to go over the threshold, because the first move is going over this threshold to get outside. And once you've made that with the help of the befriender, it's absolutely brilliant in life now compared to what I was before. I was sitting in here trying to get enough confidence to go out that door, to go for a walk down the pavement, which I found very, very difficult. I am totally in Frank's hands. I've got the greatest confidence in him, and I'm able to relax.
It's amazing the amount of help that he's given me. So much so that we're actually on the West Highland Walk just now. This is through another charity, and I never thought I'd see myself doing the West Highland Way.
Now, which foot do you want to lead with?
This one if I can.
Okay, forward a bit and then down quite a lot.
One foot, one down.
This side.
Right now, you're coming over there. No, it's us.
Thank you. I did the West Highland Way about 4 years ago when I had partial sight, and now I can bring the sections back in memory because I memorised everything, you know, as we were going, because I knew I was going to go blind, but I didn't know when.
Both sides of us.
It's one of these things when you capture in the mind that you can't hang about too long in that one frame of mind, because that's when the big lump comes to the throat and you can feel the tear coming down the eye, as in thinking back to when you were sighted.
I enjoy thinking that I've encouraged Jim to realise that he has got so much to give out there.
Before, I was stuck in the house, it was boredom, you were heading towards depression, and you got yourself a wee bit up that ladder, back on again, and then when my befriender arrived, it was just brilliant, like, it just turned my life completely right round about, and it's given me a lot of incentive, a lot of encouragement to do different bits and pieces that it's new to blindness. It's leading me into a new world and coping with it really well. It's been really, really brilliant on the Befriender.